All right, Coach Rodney, talk a little bit about DP football. And again, when you're winning state championships and when you're climbing the mountain, so to speak, there's adversity and it builds character and it builds men for the rest of their lives. But talk about taking those steps. And you have steps right next to you. That's just symbolic. But talk about taking steps to get there to the mountaintop.
Oh, we talked about it, and again, it's part of the process that we talked about. And I started to research more about what Nick Saban was talking about with his process, and us losing 4 games in the playoffs by a total of 8 points. That was part of the process and part of the pain, and that's something that we had to go through. And we could have easily given up. We could have said it's not going to happen. We could have coached differently, but instead of giving up, we looked at all of those games, 4 games, we lost by 8 points. So literally 4 games we lost. We changed 4 plays in each one of those, or 1 play in each one of those games, and we win the game. That's how small and that's how important the little things are in football. But you talk about the pain that we had, one of those games in Tampa Plant, and even the state championship game. I didn't watch the film for a whole year. Like, it took me a whole year to recover until I got to the playoffs the next year to even just watch the film and look at it. That's how painful it was to us. And for us to finally get back in 2017 after losing in 2016, the difference was in 2017, in 2016 we hoped, and in 2017 we knew. We knew once we ever get back to this place in the Citrus Bowl, or I forgot what they call it now, but whenever we get back, we're gonna win this championship. So we were lucky. People usually don't ever go back to back in 8A at least, and it's hard to get back to back. But once we got back in 17, we walked in the stadium, Camping World Stadium, and we knew before the game even started, we knew that was our championship, and our guys played like it. And it was ironic that the year before we lost, at halftime it was 10-0. And then we come back the next year, we win it again, 10-0. So it's the same score, halftime. Year before, we gave it up. They won 14-10. This year, we went in there and said, God, we already been here. You know, we already had a preview of what's going on right now. We're not giving up this league. And those guys came out in the second half. They were more sense of urgency. They were more hungry, and they came away with a historic championship.
When teams are put in place in history and they set a model, whether when you're with the Orangemen inside the dome and you talk about Jim Brown, or you talk about certain teams that built a foundation, when you have a championship team in 2017, what can the 2019 team take from that? And going forward, what can all teams take from those ingredients?
Well, the thing about it, once you do it, you know you can do it. When you go back to those painful years that we lost those 4 games, there's always that doubt that I don't know if we can do it, you know. But once you get there and once you accomplish the goal, now these young guys know the same weight room, the same coaches, the same plays on the field, the same classroom, everything, the same process. They can go through the same process and they can get there and they can win it. So these guys feel that if they get there and when they get there, they have a chance. They can win it. It's new to some people. You know, we always deep in the playoffs. These guys always practice on Thanksgiving. They're always in the 3rd round or 4th round. So it's not unnormal. You know, it's not unfamiliar to our guys. It's very familiar. So we're not uncomfortable. They're not nervous. They just play exciting because they know they can do it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.